Today, we're going to talk about Roth conversions. Roth conversions, when to make them, how much, how do I have confidence that I'm doing the right thing? I've been overwhelmed with comments and emails saying, make another Roth conversion video. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to use the new retirement software that I use personally by. So I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to jump right into this. Okay, so you can see me small in the corner. I'm going to be looking at my second screen over here. Going to make a few comments along the way. So let's set this up. So let's look at this person. This is a couple. They're 62 years old. I've been asked to use these numbers by an individual, so the concepts apply at whatever money you got in here. The more money you have in pre-tax, the more dramatic and impactful the Roth conversions are going to be. But let's use this example. This individual has $2 million in an IRA, all pre-taxed. Their optimistic rate of return is 10%, pessimistic 5%. 7.5 is an average. And this is going to be important to you. So, hey, what do you expect? Could be very good returns. What kind of would be poor over a long period of time? So that's what they got in their IRA. In a brokerage account, they got $200,000. And in a savings account, not savings, let's say their checking account, they have 200,000 again. So their net worth, excluding their home, is $2.4 million. Don't panic with the amount. This is an example. Their home, they have a $600,000 home in Indiana. That's not important to this. No debt. Income. I made this a little simple. I had their Social Security. They're taking it at 70, but you can change that. Make it any month starting at 62. And the spouse, same thing. I had them taken at 70. Here's the cost of living adjustments, 4% optimistic, 2% pessimistic. No pension. So that's their income. Okay. And I tried to make this simple. Expenses, recurring expenses. I have their living expenses, $6,000 a month. Go spending, $1,500 a month, and then slow go spending, $750 a month. And these are two different time periods. I think I may have till 75. Yeah, so till 75, and this is 75 to 80, and then those drop off, those expenses. And I did not, for simplicity, did not put in any one-time expenses. You can do that. Makes it more complex and much more useful to use this software when you have, like, you're buying a new car or something like that, replacing a roof, furnace, paying for a wedding, whatever it happens to be. Again, I'm trying to make it simple here. So that is, their profile. Let's see, they're both 62. They're both retired. Plan on taking Social Security at 62, like I said. So this is on average assumptions right here. I'm very familiar with this software, so I hopefully won't go too fast. So they have a 99% probability of success, which looks great. Looks great for them. But let's go down and look at taxes. Again, everything is in this column that's on the left here. Just super simple. So I'm going to look at, here's the estimated taxes that they're paying. I'm just going to look at federal, but this is by state. And you'll notice that, hey, they're not paying much at all in taxes in the first 5-6 years. They're living off their couple $100,000 that they have in checking account, couple $100,000 in brokerage account. Then they start pulling out of their other IRA. So you can see they're not paying much tax at all here, and you may be celebrating that. That's why you do Roth conversions. You do not want to celebrate paying no tax and then paying higher tax back here. Where's the source of that income? You see in the first few years, it's just their interest income that they're making. And then you get Social Security savings, savings withdrawal, and then this brown here. That's not a very good color that they automatically picked. But that's your RMDs, your required minimum distribution. So really, the beauty of new retirement is it shows year by year. And when you're looking at Roth conversions, the only reason you do Roth conversions is to reduce your tax liability in the future. it gives you a year by year look. And Roth conversions are only done 1 year at a time. So it's not like I got to sign up and do 20 Roth conversions. Okay. I could just kind of have a vision of what I think I'm going to do and make a 1 year decision. There's deductions. These are like the standard deduction. Okay, so this is very important, the standard deduction. So here in 2024, standard deduction is 29.2. So my first $29,000 that I make in income, I pay no tax on, zero. Okay, so take a look at net taxable income by federal tax bracket. You're paying zero tax these first, 4 years? Zero, and then you jump up into pay a little bit of 10%, then you jump into the 15% bracket. I had this adjust to, go back and in 2026, go back to the higher tax brackets if Congress, I don't expect Congress to move on this, so I went back to the 2026 tax rates, or the previous 2017 tax rate, I think it is. Anyway, hopefully I didn't confuse you with that. It's not really that critical. But you can see out here in future years when the RMDs kick in, this 25% tax bracket, and actually have some 28 out here. And this is just on average assumptions, average returns. Let's take a look. Let's change. Look how fast this is. This is what I love about new retirement. Let's just kick on optimistic. And you go, oh my gosh, look, when RMDs kick in, I got a tax bomb happening. I'm paying all the way into this blue one, 33% tax bracket. When if I get good returns out of my IRA, that is pretty high, and you're not even taking the zero, standard deduction in these years. This is what should be screaming at you. Roth conversions right here. So that's where we'll start. Now, I'm going to pause for just a second and say, do you think you can do this in a spreadsheet? And, inside your spreadsheet, you can got to go in and you can vary Social Security timing. Like I can go in and move that to 65, 62, 67. Modify my go-go spending, my slow-go spending, the rates of return, inflation. Perhaps you can do that in a spreadsheet. Why? When new retirement will do it for you. And this is $120 a year. Okay. So, and your Roth conversions are going to be worth a lot more than that. So let's go to the Roth Explorer. Again, I'm just going to click down here on Roth Conversion Explorer. And then the first thing it asks me is, how do I want the model to work? Do I want the highest estate value? Do I want to do it by tax bracket limit? Like I want to fill up the 12% tax bracket. Do I want to have the lowest lifetime tax liability? And then a new one, this is brand new, by your IRMA bracket limit. This is the premiums that you have to pay for the supplements on Medicare here in the United States. So it can, I'll cover that. I'll show that one. So what do you want to be your maximum premium? It's list them out right here. Okay. So really, really simple. Oh, I got out of the thing the wrong way. So I'm not going to go into detail on the IRMA. But one of the things I will point out here on highest estate value, got to be careful of that. Say you get great returns and you got $10 million at your mortality date, $10 million. Well, that $10 million, if it's all pre-tax, is not really $10 million. It's something like 7.5. Okay. So be careful maximizing on the estate value. Know what you're doing, because, whoever you give your money to, do you want them to be hit with that tax bomb? Could be at some of their highest earning years, and they didn't maybe paying 33% tax because you didn't manage taxes. So I like to start with tax bracket limit. So let's do the basics. Let's say we're going to at least fill up the 10% and 12% tax bracket. This next question is, do you want to take, if you don't have enough cash to pay the taxes in a given year, do you want to take out a little bit more to pay those taxes? I always hit yes. So let's look at the optimized plan. This, again, the strategy is filling up the tax bracket 12%. Okay. Remember those first couple years of retirement that we were paying no tax? This comes in and says, hey, here's your optimized plan. Do what's that? A $94,300 tax conversion, a Roth conversion in 2024, 96.2 in the next year. I mean, this is to the freaking dollar and tells you what year to do it. Okay, so here's the 13 conversions they ask you to do. Lifetime taxes save $335,000. Okay, now for a moment, pause and say, is new retirement worth $120 a year to see this opportunity? $335,000. So again, let's take a look at the, at mortality. It has, this says 13.1 million total at mortality, and you got 3.6 million in Roth accounts that you don't have to pay taxes on, but still have 7 million in pre-tax. Maybe we can do a little better. Again, savings at longevity with optimization, 13,000, and without optimization, 13,000, with optimization, just a little bit more. So you may say, what's the big deal? It's not really worth anything. No. Remember, at optimization, we have 3.6 million in Roth that we already paid taxes on. So don't let your ego run away with you here. Don't let misunderstanding hit you here. Now, one of the things I'm going to do, this is optimistic assumptions. Okay, so, and that's what I like to use for Roth conversions. But let's just click on average and say, hey, we get average returns. What are we going to look at? So it, again, has 14, actually one more Roth conversion. Okay, you can see that. You see what you got at longevity. Okay, you can see what the value didn't really change a whole lot. Down here, here's a chart that shows your effective tax rate. The message here is this is the light green's the optimized, right? Yeah, effective tax rate. This light green, notice how flat the taxes are throughout the remaining lifetime versus this, we're paying nothing, then it jumps up and then increases here. So you want to pay actually as flat a tax as you can, generally is the best outcome. And here you can see your IRMA fees with this, okay? So let's do one more. Let's go to the 22%, okay? Just a simple change here. I'm going to the 22% tax bracket. Again, we're filling that whole 22% tax bracket up, 14 conversions. This saves 59,000 in taxes. Now we're still on average. Again, I'm going to switch to optimistic and kind of leave it there. So this has 21 conversions, 561,000 in taxes saved. Big money for this individual. This is optimistic returns, shows you by year what to take out. Again, you only have to do 1 year at a time. This is saying do a $201,000 conversion in 2024. Look at your account balances. This one here, the Roth value has 10.2 million in it, where there's only 1.2 left in a traditional account. This person basically is going to pass on the 95% of their assets tax-free to the next generation. Tax-free, whatever you want to do with it. So that is the power of Roth conversions. Again, here's the trap for you. Without optimization, you got $13 million. With optimization, you have $12 million. You may say, why would I do that? I want a higher estate value. One's already paid taxes, one has not. Be very, very careful of that. IRMA, I did show that. I talked about being careful of estate value. That is a trick or trap. That's not a trick. That's a trap. The results, when I'm looking at this, I look at new retirement. I have clear vision of my tax liability by year. I'm going to go and which screen do I want to show? I have clear vision. I'm going to go back to taxes. Estimated taxes, tax by federal tax bracket. I got clear vision of the tax I'm going to be paying by year. I do not want to be paying zero taxes when I have these colorful charts, colorful bars at the end. That's a tax bomb. You wouldn't believe the number of friends that I have that are in their 70s that are just bringing their, pulling their hair out because of their tax bomb that they did not see. New Retirement puts it right there in your face. I pay for this program, $120 a year. I have several benefits that I extract from it. Confidence to spend money. I've made that in other videos on that. Timing of Social Security, varying interest rates, varying inflation rates, varying spending rates, all those things. Today's video, I wanted to focus on Roth conversions and how powerful it is. Again, you don't have to make 20 Roth conversions this year. You only make this year's, but it begins with having vision of the opportunity. You saw this last one was over $500,000 opportunity for this individual. So there's the first link below. Let me stop sharing this. How do I stop sharing? Stop sharing. So now you can see Full Me and Grogu back here. The first link below, 2 free weeks. See if you like the format. I walked you through it here. I love it. I get into this once a quarter. I look at things, I update my balances. Once a quarter, I look at it for confidence to spend. A couple times a year, I'm doing Roth analysis. Pretty simple to do. It's a couple keystrokes to have vision of what my tax liability is going to do. I like doing that once a quarter. That's just me. 2 free weeks with the link below. I'm telling you, you get used to it. You can't imagine going without. Please, folks, I cannot imagine you doing this on a spreadsheet. There's a few of you that say you can do it. Okay, I'll believe you. But for the other 99.9% of the people, why are you fooling around making a spreadsheet with the potential of having errors in there and some assumptions in there that aren't accurate, where you can pay $10 a month and have somebody else do it, and they're adding features all the time, like the IRMA change that they just made for the Roth Explorer to fix how much you're paying for IRMA. Also, it's just one keystroke to accept the optimized and put it into your plan. So one keystroke. I'm telling you, I love this tool. If you got any questions or comments, let me know. This is Joe out.